Hey, welcome to another episode of Story Time with Ms. B. That's me. We have a fun story today. The name of it is Nana Says I Will Be Famous One Day by Ann Stott, illustrated by Andrew Joyner. Nana. Grandma. I know Miss B's lovely little grandbaby bees call me Nanny. Isn't that cool? Let's see how Nana thinks her grandbaby will be famous one day. Here we go. Nana was my very first word. My whole life, Nana has been my biggest fan. She comes to all my games and school events. I can usually find her in the front row. My mom says I get my athletic ability from my Nana. She was a star basketball player and one of the toughest basketball referees around. She won the tennis tournament at the senior center 3 years in a row. Ooh, go Nana. Nana always wants a copy of my swim team schedule as soon as it's out. She plans her hair appointments around my home meets. Ooh, Nana. At one swim meet, I had to ask her to move over a little so my team could fit along the side of the pool. There's plenty of room for all of us, she said, and then she made sure I was first in line. When I told her I couldn't do the dog pedal, she said, "Oh, yes, you can." In the fall, she pulled her chair right up to the sideline as close to the 50-yard line as possible so she could give the football coach some tips on how to run the flea flicker play. She was giving the coach tips. At my spring concert, she danced in the aisle. She said I was so good I should have had my own solo part. Look at Nana. People are looking at her like, what? Every year, Nana buys all my paintings at the school art auction. She says I will be famous one day. At my baseball games, Nana has no problem letting the umpire know when he makes a bad call. "That was a strike. You need to get your eyes checked," she yells. My mom always has to remind her to read the sportsmanship rules that are posted on the backstop. Woo! Nana. It's a feisty Nana. If my picture is in the local paper, she cleans out the newsstands before lunch. I'm not sure what she does with all those newspapers. When you look at the picture, you'll see what she does. What is she doing, boys and girls? Right, she's mailing them out to everybody. Last week, she took a tumble at my basketball game trying to get a front row seat in the school gym. She had to go to the nurse's office. Maybe my mom's right. I do get my speed from her. The nurse said she needs to rest for a few days. No physical activity. My Nana was not very happy about that. "I'm as fit as a fiddle," she said. She was so mad that she had missed my three-point shot and had to be taken out in a wheelchair. Every day after school, I went to visit my Nana. I made her favorite tea, peppermint. 1 lump or 2, I asked her. When she needed glasses, I found them for her. When she wanted to make cookies, I convinced her to split a chocolate bar instead. You'll see why. Watch. Look at Nana. Nana's trying to do everything. Oh my goodness. I helped her with chores. We played crazy eights. She always has to win. When I visited her yesterday, she said, I have a new yoga pose to show you. Then she slid into the downward dog position. I reminded her, no physical activity, and helped her to her chair. I can't just sit around here all day and do nothing, she complained. Oh, yes, you can, I told her. She has a fan to cheer her on. Me! Oh, look what he wrote on there. I love you, Nana. He wrote that on her cast. The end. So remember, this is the front cover. This is what's called the spine. It has the author's name, illustrator's name, where you can find the book in the library. This is the back cover. Back cover has a picture that was in the story. Nana is my grandest fan. And if you buy this at the bookstore, they have one of these, a barcode where they can scan it and it'll give you all the information at the book when you check out at the cash register. Inside cover gives you a little synopsis, which means a summary of the story. And then the inside back cover usually tells a little something about the author and the illustrator and who publishes the book. Wasn't that a cool story? Oh, Nana Says I Will Be Famous One Day by Stott, illustrated by Andrew Joyner. Let's give them a round of applause for creating such a wonderful book. And that's all the time we have in this episode. Be sure to come back and see us another time for another episode of Story Time with Miss B. Remember to keep learning, keep smiling, keep enjoying life, keep laughing, keep listening, and be good in class. Raise your hand and let the teacher call on you. Don't blurt out the answer. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you next time.